Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. UC Health Training Center. That's it.
Hey guys, we're tracking more towards 4:30. So. Hey guys, can everyone hear me real quick? Hey guys, it's just going to be Ronald and Mike. Shelby had a personal deal, and we'll get him tomorrow, maybe over Zoom. We'll just have to figure that out. I know some of you guys have asked from the TV side on live shots. We'll be good to do it in as long as the pressure's done. We'll be able to do it in the 5 o'clock hour, and then we'll exit from there. What we'll do from just a logistical standpoint, we'll start when we do the question portion. We'll start on that side and alternate sides from there. Eric's going to be stationed on that side, so raise your hand and we'll get to you. We'll probably have George will do an introduction and start with Ronald, followed by Mike, and then George will come up for a couple questions. So they're going to give me a call. We're just waiting on Mike should be here any minute, and then they're gonna walk him over. So we'll be on standby, but I should get at least a minute or two heads up. No, just yeah, just wait. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Good to see everyone in person finally. I think we're all sick of the Zooms, but good to see everyone here at UC Health Training Center. It's been an exciting week. You know, free agency is always an exciting time, and this week's been no different. And we have a long way to go, but I think we've helped our football team. I think we've improved. Again, we have a long way to go, but I've liked the process. And from the start, you know, the collaboration we've had with the coaches, with Vic, with the scouts, and really the entire football operations department, Mark Hughes and Richard Tato with the cap, and the trainers, you know, Vince and Greek and Ray Jackson, and a lot of guys here. It was all hands on deck approach, and it's continuing. And again, this is just the start. We have a long way to go to build this football team. It's an exciting time today, you know, to introduce these three players. Shelby won't be here today, as you've been told, but it's all about them today. And I'm pleased to announce the re-signing of Shelby Harris and the additions of Ronald Darby and Mike Boone. And I'll talk about Shelby. You know, when I was with the Vikings and we watched tape of the Broncos, and, you know, number 96 stuck out, Shelby Harris. You know, he's physical in the run game. He sets the tone up front. He's strong, he's heavy-handed, he's a disruptive pass rusher, and as everyone knows, he gets his hands on a lot of balls. And I was just told, actually, before I came here, he's one of 5 defensive linemen currently in the league with 15 sacks and over 20 pass deflections. So you feel Shelby. The thing that really sticks out with Shelby is the perseverance he's shown throughout his career. You know, he's been with 4 different teams. He's been cut 6 different times. And now to be here, you know, one of the best defensive linemen in the league, you know, is truly special. You love to reward guys like that. It's a special feeling. And we hope, you know, Shelby finishes his career off as a Denver Bronco, and we're really pleased to have him. Next, I want to talk about Ronald Darby. And scouted Ronald back at Florida State, and very talented, obviously. Really natural cover skills coming out. He's had a nice career thus far, and he's faced some adversity along the way with injuries. And the thing I like about Ronald is he played at Washington this year, and he played 94% of the snaps on defense, which is more than any corner in the National Football League. Started 16 games, played at a high level. They were second in the league in pass defense. And, you know, comparing him to the other corners in free agency, we thought he had the best pure cover skills of any corner. You know, talking with the coaches, he really fits what Vic wants. He can play man, he can play zone, he can match up, he can press, he can really run. And since Ronald's been in the league, he's 3rd in the NFL in pass deflections. So he gets his hands on a lot of balls. And so, you know, doing our background, and we, you know, players that aren't here and from other teams, we do a lot of background. And everything that came back from Ronald is he's a glue guy, and he brings the juice. He's a hard worker, and he's going to fit the culture, you know, we have with the Denver Broncos. So, Ronald, we're happy to have you here. Mike Boone, I've been with Mike the last 3 years with the Vikings. You know, Mike Boone's a self-made man, free agent out of Cincinnati. You know, we signed him as a running back, obviously, and he earned the team playing special teams. Played on 4 phases on special teams, and he was one of the top special team players for the Vikings. He was playing behind Dalvin Cook, so he didn't have a lot of opportunity. But when he did have the opportunity, he really produced. And I think he's going to help our room. You know, he's going to add some special teams to the offensive side of the ball, which we lack. And so I'm really excited to have Mike Boone here. And from that, I'm going to allow, I think, Ronald, you're up. Why don't you come on up?
Ronald, congratulations. Good to see you in person. What about this scheme makes you believe it'll be a fit? Vic Fangio plays some zone. You were great man. You've been great man. How do you see the fit here? Why was it important for you to become a Denver Bronco?
I feel as though I could play in a lot of schemes. And last year with Washington, that was pretty much a zone scheme for the first time. But like you said, I could mix it up. And the up front that's here, I can make a lot of plays.
Hey, Ronald. So what was your mindset going into last season? You signed that 1-year deal. You know, you had overcome the injuries from the previous seasons. What was your mindset going in there, and what's your mindset coming in here to Denver?
My mindset last season was just showing that I could stay on the field that was, a concern in the past, and I just wanted to show that I could stay on the field. And, I had to bet on myself. And what I want to do for here is just go out there, continue to have fun, and make plays.
Hey, Ronald, George Stoya with the Gazette. You've played in a Super Bowl, you've won a Super Bowl, you've played in the playoffs, you've seen what good teams, good defenses look like. Where do you think this Broncos team is, and especially on defense, in terms of competing for a Super Bowl or being a contender?
This is a real good team, like young team. They got all the tools that you need to play on the next level, like as far as playoffs and getting to the Super Bowl. So this is like a very talented team. I feel as though we could get there.
Ronald, hey, Jeff Legwald, ESPN.com. I'm just curious, did you change anything in your workouts or how you approached off seasons to go from, having the torn ACL and the other injuries to 1,000 snaps?
Yeah, I had to get over that ACL hurdle. Coming back from an ACL, you battling, getting your legs back under you, getting that strength, getting that confidence back. So once I got all that back, I just put a lot more time into my body outside of the facility.
Hey, Ronald, congratulations and welcome to Denver. What's the key to being a glue guy, as George Payton called you, and having the third most pass breakups?
Confidence is one, and just film study, of course, and just going out there and playing fast and reacting, playing natural. Like I've been doing this for a long time, so the route's pretty much the same. They throw new stuff in there, but once you get used to seeing things, it's route recognition. So I just play fast.
Hey, Ronald. Brandon Cristal, KOA News Radio. Heard where Ron Rivera wanted you back in Washington. I'm curious how many other teams were close, and why did Denver ultimately be the team that you chose?
It was a few other teams, reaching out, but, I have trusted my agent, and at the end of the day, I let my agent handle all that, and he felt as though Denver was the best, fit and choice for him.
Hey, Ronald, when you're going through that adversity the last couple of years, who'd you lean on to stay positive, or did you just do it internally and stay positive that way?
You got to lean on yourself, really. Of course, your family and stuff going to be there for you, but, I know who I am as a player. I know, the things I was going through wasn't me. It was something new to me because I never went through that through my whole life of playing football. So I just had to get over that hurdle.
Hey, Ronald. How do you turn your pass breakups into interceptions? This defense could use some more turnovers, and you'll be one of the first guys in charge of that.
Yes, just catch a few of them instead of going for some breakups. Get my hands on them and hold on to them.
Ronald, Vic Fangio always talks about that he needs corners that can tackle. I know you had 55 tackles last year, but what is your take on being a corner making a lot of tackles?
I feel like tackling got a lot to do with just heart, confidence. Like anybody could tackle. You just gotta be willing to do it. Just go in there, play fast. I try to hit the guy before he get to really moving, but you just gotta have confidence at the end of the day.
Hey, Ronald, how much you know about the Broncos' current secondary, Bassie, Callahan, Ojemudia? Any thoughts on those guys?
To be honest, I don't know that much about them. Because last year I was somewhere else. But I heard about, of course, Simmons, the safety. I heard, he'll playmaker, a baller, so I'm excited to play with him.
Hey, Ronald, same up front, Von Miller, Bradley Chubb. What can those guys do to help you on the back end with their pass rush?
They could do a lot for the whole defense. Get the quarterback to get the ball out of his hands fast. And, it makes everybody's job easier.
Last one, Ronald. Is there part of you still as a corner that has that show me part of your game, prove, you just want to go out and prove it? And what is that like, that edge that, great corners bring?
I mean, of course, I haven't made it to a Pro Bowl yet. I haven't been all pro yet. Those things I want to do. So, each year, I just want to get better and better, and I'm going to continue to get better and better. So that all starts in the off season. when people not around, coaches not looking, is what you're doing with yourself and with your time.
Ronald, I'm just to your left. Have you talked to Vic yet, and has he sort of outlined what he wants from you?
Yeah, he want me to just do what I've been doing, going out there, have fun, play fast, you know, bring good, positive energy to the team.
How about schematically, where you might play, left or right? I know you played both left and right. Any other
I'm guessing probably left, but I'm down to do right. I play right in Philly. I could do both. I just want to be out there at the end of the day.
Hey, Mike.
How's it going?
Welcome.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Could you just talk about the opportunity you got here? Are you here with the mindset of battling for the number 2 running back behind Melvin?
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm thankful for the opportunity for George and, you know, the head coach, Vic. I'm just coming in. I'm here to do, you know, whatever the organization asks of me. You know, whether that's the number 2, you know, special teams, wherever they see me fit, I'm excited and give my best effort towards it.
Hi, Mike. Nick Cosmatter with The Athletic. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You played at least 220 special team snaps in each of the last 2 years. What is it about kind of being a leader on that unit that you enjoy, and what do you think makes you a solid special teams player?
I feel like, you know, I just realized the importance of it, you know. It complements the offense and defense, you know, and just to be able in flip field position, you know, help, like I said, help the offense out and the defense out I value that, and, you know, that's how I started out, you know, first coming in with the Vikings, so.
Hey, Mike, undrafted free agent now, get some guaranteed money with this contract. What kind of breakthrough is this for you, and how gratifying has this journey been?
Yeah, like you said, it's just kind of to see a little hard work rewarded. And, you know, the job's not nowhere near done. Again, I'm thankful for the opportunity. And, yeah, you know, like I said, I'm here to put my best foot forward.
Mike, George talked about how you're behind Dalvin in Minnesota and that kind of limited your carries. What kind of patience have you had to have, you know, throughout your NFL career so far? And are you hoping, like Ryan just asked, you know, this is kind of a springboard for you?
Yeah, exactly. You know, just being behind those guys, I kind of stayed patient and I learned a lot, you know, and I'm excited for the opportunity to come here and be able to, you know, show that. But I feel like I've grown as a back. You know, I didn't get as many snaps as I did with Minnesota, but just, you know, being around those guys, and I learned a lot from them, so I'm ready to display it here.
Mike, welcome to Denver. How would you describe your running style, since we haven't been able to see it that much?
I like to consider myself a one-cut back. You know, I like to make my cuts and then get downhill. And I feel like, you know, that fits the scheme of, you know, this offense. And I feel like I can be versatile and come in and make the offense, you know, a little more explosive whenever my number's called.
Hey, Mike, curious what you think your impact can be in the passing game out of the backfield, and then how do you view yourself as a pass protector?
That's just extremely vital to me, being able to protect the quarterback. But I don't know if you guys know, but I played receiver all throughout high school. I didn't play running back until I got to college. So I feel like that helped me and allowed me to be able to run routes out of the backfield and, you know, win those matchups against linebackers whenever I'm, you know, out wide or in the slot.
Mike, as you can see in free agency, George Paton has made very specific, calculated moves. What does it mean to you that you are someone he picked, he's seen, and wants to be part of what he's building here?
It means a lot, you know, that, you know, he sees something in me to, you know, call me over and, you know, bring me with him. And I'm just trying to hold that standard, you know, just coming in and getting the job done and doing whatever I can for those guys. So, again, I'm thankful for the opportunity, and I appreciate, you know, the support and the you know, from George.
Just even though you're behind Dalvin in Minnesota, did you ever lobby for more carries and like say, hey, come on, you know, give me a little something?
Yeah,
and then did you think when George came here that this might be a possibility a few weeks ago?
I mean, that's not really, you know, in my control. But, you know, the fact that he's here and he saw something in me, you know, that says what it says. But to answer the question, you know, of course I asked for more carries, you know, but that's out of my control, you know, again. But I just try to, you know, come in and day out, just do what I can to, you know, just be consistent.
Yeah, Mike, there's a new trivia question in Denver now. Who's the running back? See if you can answer it. Who's the running back who replaced Philip Lindsay?
Whoever those guys put out there, you know, whoever those guys called to replace him, you know, I'm here for you again, you know, whatever they ask me to do. So
That's wrong. It's you. What do you think?
I mean,
Do you know Philip and how popular?
Yeah, that's my
was
boy. Shout out to Phil. We worked together. We trained together. Our rookie coming in, you know, to the NFL together. But you know, like I said, I'm here to be me. You know, shout out to Phil. Major respect, great athlete. But you know, I'm just, you know, here to be me and do what I can.
So you trained out here then getting ready for the draft. Did you think that the Broncos might be a team you could end up with originally? And then what about having that familiarity with Lauren, who's now your strength coach?
I mean, it did. I was you know, hoping for whoever took that shot with me. But, you know, I got a little experience with Lauren. You know, he know me as an athlete. You know, he's seen what I can do, and, you know, excited to be here with him now. So.
Hey, George, Ryan O'Halloran at the Denver Post. I have two for you. First one is on Philip Lindsay. What was it surprising about the timing that the sides came together to rescind the tender?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of talks over the last couple of weeks with Philip and Mike McCartney, his agent. And, you know, at the end of the day, we want to do right by Philip. He's been a great player here. He's been great in the community. You know, he's one of the more popular players for the Broncos the last couple of years. And we wanted to let Philip hit the market and maximize his value. And so that's what we did. He deserved that.
Second question is, what kind of traction, if any, did you guys in Justin Simmons' camp get on a long-term deal before the league year started?
Yeah, I think we're making progress. I think, you know, I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but I do think we're making progress, and that's, you know, that's been a priority since I've gotten here.
George, Jeff Legwold from ESPN.com. Just,
hey, Jeff.
Can you outline sort of your process on Kareem Jackson and Von Miller, kind of what you went through up to the deadline, and then why the decision to engage Von's option and not Kareem?
Yeah, I mean, I'll you know, talk about Von first. Von's been a priority. We wanted Von here since I've been here, you know, since I was here, and we're going to try to do that any way we could. Had good conversations with Joby Brannon, his agent, and I've spoken with Von, and you know, we ended up just exercising the option. You know, with what else did you?
Just
Kareem. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Kareem
similar. We had you know, great conversations with his agent. We tried to get something done. We couldn't. You know, we left the door open for Kareem to come back, and but we just couldn't get something worked out.
Did it impact you at all, sort of what the market was for edge rushers out there?
No, I mean, we wanted Von Miller. We wanted Von to be a Bronco.
Yes, George. Quarterback. A lot of people getting anxious of what you got going at quarterback. A lot of free agents off the board now. Where are you guys as far as that?
Yes, we're monitoring it. We've evaluated all the quarterbacks. We like Drew Lock. You know, we have a plan in place, and you know, there's free agency, there's a draft, there's trades. There's a lot of ways to acquire a quarterback. Fortunately, we have a quarterback here, and we have a nice quarterback room. We do want to bring in competition. We're not going to force it, and so we're monitoring the market right now.
George, Kyle Newman, Denver Post. At safety, is that a priority for you here, or a top priority, especially considering Kareem's departure and kind of plans there?
Yes, it's a priority. It definitely is, but again, we have a long time. You know, we have free agency. There's a lot of safeties on the market, including Kareem. And then we have the draft, and it was also the trade market. And the good thing is we don't play a game for a while. We have a lot of time.
George Troyrink from Denver 7. You did a deep dive on the film, and then I think, did you watch practice of Vaughn from last year? What is it about Vaughn? I know you said you wanted Von Miller.
Yes.
What is it you think he can bring at age, he's going to be 32, coming off a significant injury?
You know what he's brought since he's been here? He can rush the passer. You know, the tape I watched, he still had the juice before he got injured. And pass rushers are a premium, and he's special. He's a special pass rusher. And you look at some of the great pass rushers of all time, they're rushing the passer well into their 30s. And, you know, Vaughn's been working, and I think he's going to have a Pro Bowl type season.
Hey, George, your first time as a GM leading this process, what was that like? You know, you mentioned being aggressive but not reckless. What has it been like being in on some of these deals? Got a couple of them done, but
yeah,
maybe not every single one of them.
Yeah, not much different from my other, you know, when I was in Minnesota. I really like the way this group, you know, the people in the building worked together. It was great collaboration. You know, A.J. Durso, the pro director, and the pro scouts, they worked really hard, you know, with the coaches, Vic and all the coaches. So great collaboration, as I mentioned earlier. I thought it was a smooth process, and it was really positive.
Hey, George Stoya with the Gazette. You know, you talked just now about being aggressive in free agency, and you talked about bringing in edge rushers and people that can cover. You bring in Ronald, you sign back Shelby, and you bring back Vaughn. Where is this defense, particularly the roster top to bottom on defense, in terms of being a contender and you know, competing for a playoff spot?
Yeah, it's a work in progress, you know, and we're not there yet. You know, we have the rest of free agency, we have the draft to add good young players that fit our culture and fit the scheme. So we have a ways to go. I'm really happy with the additions we have, but we have time, and you know, we're working the phones. You know, we go back, I'll be on the phone, and it's a long process. And you know, I think by the time we get to the season, you know, we'll feel good about this defense.
Hey, George, Brandon Cristal from KOA. You guys were in pretty good shape cap-wise. How nice was that compared to some of the other teams where you're seeing them having to cut vet after vet or make a bunch of different, you know, contractual changes? And then with the money you get to carry over, there's plenty of fans that want you to spend all the money. Yeah. Is it maybe okay to hold on to some of it for contracts down the road?
I think it's great. You know, and we did have cap flexibility because of John Elway and Matt Russell and Rich Hurtado, and it is tempting to go out and go crazy in free agency, but that doesn't work very often. And so we're measured. Rich is very measured. He's good for me. I'm a little more aggressive, so thanks, Rich. But no, we're very calculated. You know, we know our weaknesses, our needs, and we try to attack them. And but no, it's been nice to have some cap flexibility.
Hey, George, Zach Stevens with DNVR. On the first day of free agency, the first move you made outside of the building was Ronald Darby. What stood out to him to make you go grab him right away?
You know, just the way he played. You know, he plays with swagger, and he can really cover. You know, he can cover. Like I said, we evaluated all the corners in free agency. You know, the pro department, you know, has evaluated all the corners in the league, and you stack him up, you know, just man-to-man cover, and then you watch him in zone, and you know, then we bring the coaches on board. How does he fit? Does this guy fit? And yes, he does. And so what's the next step? You call around the league, you know, learn about, you know, Ronald. What kind of person is he? And everyone said he's a great person. You know, he loves ball. Like I said, he's a glue guy. So what stuck out is just his athletic ability, his talent on the field, and then the high character, you know, he is off.
George, would you say the 9th pick is still in play for a quarterback, and would you plan on doing other quarterback pro days in person as you did with
Yeah,
him?
it is in play for a quarterback, and yes, I'll be out a lot, you know, looking at all positions, but definitely quarterback. Thanks, guys. Good seeing you. Appreciate it.